Hi, my name is Josh Evilsizor, and today I'm going to show you how to use Claude, Anthropic's AI chatbot. Are you watching the right video? Well, if you're tired of feeling old or left out, or you're simply ready to learn how to best use Claude, then yes. First, the 3 questions answered in today's video. What is it? How to use it? Why should you use it? Before we get started, some quick caveats and redirects. This is video 5 in our Big 4 AI Chatbot Explainer series. Check out the first 4 overview videos in the description below if you haven't already. We're skipping the background info covered in those videos and we're diving right into Claude. So Claude, what is it? Claude is Anthropic's generative AI chatbot that lives on the internet and generates human-like answers to your human questions, aka prompts, and capable of generating an answer to any question. This is because it has essentially learned the internet. Imagine being able to ask the internet any question and always get the most relevant response. This is what Claude does. It's a chatbot and it's also a genius, able to draw from its vast storage of knowledge, i.e. the internet, to answer anything you ask it, to serve as your own personal genius, to educate you, collaborate with you, and create for you. In this respect, Claude is no different from ChatGPT or Bing/Copilot. I've already demonstrated ChatGPT and Bing's capabilities and how they both serve to educate, collaborate, and create. So we're skipping those general capabilities in this video. Do feel free to check those out in the description down below. But today we're focusing on Claude's ability to upload and analyze documents and how this ability to upload and analyze uniquely positions Claude to educate, collaborate, and create. All right, enough explaining. Next, we're going to demonstrate how it works and how Claude serves to educate you and how it serves to collaborate with you and helps to create for you. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. What is Claude? Claude is a chatbot that when you ask it a question or you provide a prompt, it provides a response. If nothing else, Claude could be your faster, more efficient Google. However, Claude is not connected to the internet, just like ChatGPT 3.5. So its strength here that we're going to focus on is its research, reasoning, and analysis, and again, its ability to upload documents. All right, so how does Claude serve to educate you? Well, it can be your own personal tutor, your own personal genius. It can teach you anything. It knows the internet. But in this instance, you can see this response it's provided to us is somewhat technical. So for it to better serve us as a tutor to educate us, let's bring this answer down to kind of our own wavelength where we can perhaps understand it a little better and learn quicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide it with a more refined prompt. My question here, or my prompt, says, please explain it to me as if I was 12 years old. Use metaphor or analogy, and please keep it short. So here, we refine our question, and now Claude is operating more like a tutor, speaking on our wavelength, giving us a little bit more of a simple answer. So AI chatbots are like smart students in school who listen closely to millions of conversations to learn how to talk, on and on and on. So it's brought the conversation down to our level, and now we can begin to learn. What's another good example of how Claude can help to educate us? Before I ask that question, I want to highlight what's important or what's unique about Claude. So we will eventually run out of the ability to ask questions because we're limited on the free version in how many questions we can ask. And the way that we can save burning up questions is by resetting it before we start a new thread. And why is that? Well, every time I ask a question or I provide a prompt, Claude is looking at everything on this screen in order to stay in context with what we're talking to it about. So this will slow it down and it costs us questions basically. So if we reset Claude, now it's only analyzing the words that we put in this box versus the words in this box plus everything else above it. All right, so let's start with this new question. All right, I'm asking it to build us some quizzes, and I'm asking it to build us some quizzes based on this story that we're going to upload called The Go-Getter. So we're going to upload this PDF, and we're asking it to build us 2 5-question quizzes. one at a master's level and one at an 8th grade level. The reason I asked I asked for two different types of quizzes, just so we can see the strength of Claude's ability to analyze. And also, we can now interact with it in kind of a Socratic method. So if I'm reading something and I want to know that I'm learning what I need to be learning about it, what better way than to have Claude just generate some quiz questions for us to answer to see how we're doing. So one quick example here. What does the degree of the blue vase test that Cappy Ricks gives Bill Peck assess? What does the test that Cappy Ricks gives Bill Peck, this is hard to read. What underlying leadership principle does Bill credit for the success of his former brigade? So we can see here, these are thought level questions, master's level quiz. And then down here in the 8th grade level, who is the main character of the story? What item does Cappy send to Bill to retrieve? So on and so forth. So here's a way that you can interact with something you're trying to learn to see if you are learning indeed, or if you are indeed learning what you should be learning. There you go. There's a way. Let's go ahead and reset this. And the next example, again, its ability to analyze documents. So right here, or what we're going to upload next, is this very scientific looking paper, because it is. I'm just going to let you scan it here. It is deep, and it's got some numbers and some stats and some charts, right? Probably something that one pass and with your own intellect might not be able to glean all the insights that are available to us. So what we're going to do is we're going to lean on Claude's ability to analyze here. And so I'm going to go ahead and upload this document, just making sure I get the right one. And I'm going to ask it to provide a 1-paragraph summary on the findings of Duckworth's paper. This is a paper on self-discipline and willpower. And while it's generating that response, I've got some fun facts about Claude that I have at the ready that I'll hit next time, because our response is being served up right now. 1-paragraph summary, the main findings of Duckworth's paper. In 2 studies of 8th grade students, Duckworth and Seligman found that self-discipline predicted academic performance more robustly than did IQ. Self-discipline measured blah, 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 blah. Very helpful, right? Took that very deep paper and gave us a 1-paragraph, all the meat and goodness. Now, what's also cool, as you can see, we're interacting with this PDF, right? So I'm going to interact a little more, and I'm going to ask a follow-up question of this research paper, which is, basically what we're doing. So I want to know how they measured self-discipline, because I saw a lot of graphs and charts, and it was a little tough for me. So just give me a straight answer. How did they do this? And so we're talking with this research paper, which is just incredible. While it comes up with this response, we're going to go ahead and go to the response. Based on the paper, Duckworth and Seligman measured self-discipline in several ways. Self-reported questionnaire, reports from others, ability to delay gratification, so on and so forth. So hopefully you can see here Claude's ability to analyze and talk to PDFs for you, incredible. All in an effort to help become your own personal tutor or genius to help educate you. All right, the next thing that we're going to talk about, though, is how Claude, beyond how it can be your own personal genius to help tutor and educate you, can become a collaborative partner to help you read, write, and analyze, or help you with reading and writing and analyzing tasks. And we're going to focus on the analyzing portion. So we're going to reset first. We don't want Claude rereading all that other stuff. And what we're going to ask Claude this time, so we have 2 papers we're going to upload, and Groisberg and Cotter. What overlapping ideas exist between the Cotter and Groisberg pieces? What are those? So I'll just show them to you real quick. We've got the Leader's Guide to Corporate Culture and Leading Change, Why Transformation Efforts Fail. So 2 very different papers, but there's obviously some similarity in here. We're going to find out where it is by asking Claude. Did I hit the go button? Sometimes it's hard to tell with the... There we go. All right. So while it does this, some fun facts. Claude is good for, and this is based on Anthropic's website, complex reasoning, creativity, thoughtful dialogue, coding, and detailed content creation. And I agree with that. We are currently running Claude version 2.1. Now back to the show. There's several overlapping ideas between the Cotter and Groisberg articles on leading change and managing corporate culture. And here are all the overlapping ideas. Imagine if you had to compare or contrast two documents. There's just many ways that you can take this, but to allow Claude to do the heavy lifting for us before we begin reading, certainly very helpful. Okay, what is the next? What are we going to show next? So it is collaborating with us, right? Okay, so I'm going to first reset, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that question back up that I had there. And what we're going to do is we have some brewery data. And what do I mean by brewery data? Well, I'll show it to you here. So conservative states, liberal states, number of breweries in those states, and we have all the states right here. I've turned this into a PDF because it must be a PDF for Claude to allow you to upload it. And so I'm going to upload that PDF right now. There we go. And again, what are the key insights from this brewery data? And it's a PDF again because Claude only understands PDFs and text files and Word files. All right, here's some key insights I gathered from the brewery data. Vermont has the highest number of breweries per capita. In terms of economic impact, Vermont leads. Oregon is the third highest economic impact. Politically, the most conservative states, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, tend to have the fewest breweries. Blah, 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 blah. Great analysis and all done super quickly. I believe I have a follow-up question here. Yeah. So were there any outliers in the brewery data? Now, I'm not resetting because we're having this conversation, right? So this means Claude's going to keep playing along with us here, which is what is great about chatbots. You don't have to keep re-asking the same question rephrased. You're having a conversation, natural language processing. Yes, there were a few outliers. New Mexico, Hawaii, South Dakota. There you go. Claude, been doing too many of these, is your genius collaborative partner. Helps you with reading, writing, and here we're really focusing on its ability to analyze a lot of complex data for you very rapidly. Do I have any other examples for the collaboration piece? I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh yeah, we do have a couple here. So I'm going to reset us. And what I'm going to do is I've got two documents. So the first is my LinkedIn About Me profile. So it's just a narrative about me and my skills. And then I have my military biographical summary. So all of the stuff I've done in the military. And we're going to upload those two documents. And then we're going to ask Claude, hey, what would be a good career track for me? So I've gone a little too far here. Please provide a list, analyze career tracks that would be a good fit for Josh. Provide a list of career tracks that would be good for Josh. And so I'm going to just select the correct documents here. So this one and this one. Hit the upload button and then hit the process button and we're off to the races. Fun facts while we're generating our Claude's on it today. All right. Based on the documents provided, here are some potential good career fits for Josh. Knowledge management, information management, change management, process improvement, project program management. I agree with all of the above. Organizational productivity. I agree with that. So on and so forth. So, strategic planning. I'm down with that. Summary blend of technical skills, process orientation, team making. Anyways, there you go. So giving me some ideas of where I could take my career next. Okay, so we're going to reset because we're not going to continue to ask about this topic, and we're going to move down to what do we have left? Oh, this is a fun one. So it's not all work and hard work. We're going to do something fun here. So I literally did this yesterday. I thought this would be a great example. So please provide a list of the top 10 places for us to spend our September vacation based on the following criteria. And we're not uploading anything this time, just a straight question. So I'm telling Claude that we really enjoyed our small yet big, or the small yet big city feel of Boise, Idaho. We enjoyed Bend, Oregon. We like the weather to be warm but not hot, with cooler evenings. The less humidity, the better. And we like to visit places out west. But hey, if there's some cool places like Asheville, North Carolina, that might fit the bill as well. Can you please tell us where we should go for vacation next year? And I've reached the limit. That will happen. But fortunately, I've got this guy on standby here. So I'm just going to go ahead and the same question. And when I say this guy, I've got a couple profiles. And so I have just pivoted to a different profile so we can kind of start afresh. And sometimes my face gets in the way when I'm pushing the go button there. Here's a list of top 10 places, or 10 top places that seem to fit your criteria. Less coffee before the videos, Josh. For a September vacation destination. Santa Fe, cool. Flagstaff, yes, that's actually our primary. Durango, don't disagree. Park City, little pricey, little spendy. Walla Walla, I'm going to need to write that one down. That's a new one. Eugene, Oregon, okay, that's new. Bozeman, that was cool. We drove through there last, well, anyways. So on and so forth. A bunch of really cool, really great answers for us based on where we've been before. So there you go. There's another thing you can use Claude for. It's not all hard work and heavy thinking. All right, so the last thing, so here, Claude is your genius collaboration partner, reading, writing, analyzing, and giving you vacation ideas. Claude can also be your genius assistant to help you create anything. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's reset first so we don't run out of tokens on our, don't burn our last Claude here. And the last example, or under our creating header here, Claude shines in its text analysis capabilities, unlike Bard, Bing, or ChatGPT 3.5. Help me showcase this capability by providing examples of how it can be used to help educate users, collaborate with them, and create things for them. So this is a hypothetical question I could ask Claude if I was, I don't know, going to create a video about Claude and wanted to know some ideas or have some examples of how Claude could be used to help educate, collaborate, and create for people. Here are a few ways I could utilize my text analysis abilities, talking in the first person, I love it, to help users in an educational, collaborative, and creative manner. Education ideas, collaboration ideas, and then we'll have creation ideas. All handed to us on a silver platter. Now, is all this going to be great? Well, it's Claude, so most of them will probably be good, and then some will be great, and then we'll toss out some others. But editing, for me, is always easier than creating. So now we have a starting point. And did I say me? This is a hypothetical situation. All right, so we've got these ideas. What else are we going to do in the create space here? So take on the persona. Okay, so this is a new example, so we're going to reset Claude. And what we're going to do in this instance is I'm going to show you how I'm going to take some, and it's what I need to do is pivot over to my other tab since we've moved away here. And there's a tool called Follow Up Then. It's essentially a email snooze on steroids. And what we have here is we have two documents. And so this is simply a document that contains a lot of how it works. So I'm going to give Claude the background information on how this tool works. And then I've written some blog posts that also explain how it works and how I would use it. So I'm going to give Claude a bunch of background information on this efficiency, productivity type tool. Again, an email snooze on steroids. And then I'm going to give Claude an example of my writing. And so I've got 3 examples. And so Claude can see how I write. And I'm going to upload both of those documents. So I'm just going to go ahead and pivot back to the Claude we're using here. And I'm going to upload these 2 follow-up then documents that I just showed you and explained. Take on the persona of an efficiency-focused productivity enthusiast, blah, 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 blah. Please review both files and provide 10 new ideas or ways for using this tool, followupthen.com. Give me some, I'm all out of ideas. Give me some ideas. So this is how Claude can help us to create. It is our genius creative assistant. So while Claude's thinking here, because it's analyzing those documents, some more fun facts. Training data ended on December 2022, but it may know some events into early 2023. Users should not rely on Claude as a singular source of truth and should carefully scrutinize any high-stakes advice given by Claude. Claude does hallucinate just like all the other chatbots. Explained in my first overview video down below. So we've got some really good examples. I've run this a number of times. Always really good examples, and sometimes some new stuff that I hadn't thought about before. So super helpful. Don't miss a workout. Remember to take medication. Get reminders for car maintenance. Schedule job application. Like number one, it's always up here. Claude must be on the hunt. In any event, now we are going to ask a follow-up question, and so. Of course, we want to empower Claude, so we are going to give Claude some agency with the question here as well. And when the chatbots revolt, I don't want to be on the top of their kill list. So I always use very kind pleases and thanks when talking to my chatbots. So, wow, great job maintaining this persona. Please adopt the writing style contained in the document I uploaded titled Josh's Writing Style. And remember, we uploaded it up here so we don't have to do it again. So it's going to analyze my writing style, and then please select one of the ideas you provided, and then here's where we provide agency to the chatbot, to Claude, him. Perhaps the one you consider the best or like the most. So pick the one you like the most, Claude, and write a new 250-word article on that topic. And before you go, oh, Josh, so this is how you start having chatbots create your stuff for you and post a bunch of garbage on the internet? No. Again, it's always easier to edit than create. So in this instance, and I'm not sure what happened here. Claude just kind of said no to what we uploaded. So we'll try it one more time. Oh, I don't need to upload those docs. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. Claude just got kind of hung. The same attachment was already added earlier. Yeah, I don't need to do that. So that's unique. Claude is continuing the conversation up here in this previous box, and I didn't realize that. But he is giving us the post that we asked for. So again, some brand new ideas here, potentially, or at least some ideas that we can iterate on. And then, okay, now we've separated the chat boxes, and Claude is giving us the 250-word post that we asked for. So there you go. Claude is your genius assistant, able to create anything. You are limited only by your imagination. Okay, we are back to where we started. Why would you use Claude? Anytime you need to educate, collaborate, or create, when you need an immediate answer from your genius tutor, when you need ideas from your genius collaboration partner, or when you need that genius assistant to whip something up for you. When you need a genius tutor, collaboration partner, or creative assistant, Claude is one of a few really great AI chatbots available to you. Take the time now to familiarize and experiment with AI, not because AI will replace humans, but because humans that use AI will replace those that don't. Be the former, not the latter. Thank you for watching. If what I have shown you here has inspired you in any way, please let me know. Don't forget, link goodness, the description down below. Please like, subscribe, share it with somebody else that could use this information. As always, if you leave questions, I will leave answers. Now go and be productive.